Well, hey there, everyone. It's me, Esther Barque, and I just wanted to do this video as an update to my current situation here in Bucharest, Romania, and also to give my friends, family, colleagues, clients, my followers in other areas of the world, particularly North America, a little heads up of possibly what might be coming your way either today or in the next couple of days. So I am here sheltering in place in Bucharest. Okay. When the situation of the coronavirus started to get really, really serious beyond China, beyond Italy, and people were starting to go back to their country of residence or citizenship, I decided to shelter in place. And here's why. Intuitively and logically, it made no sense to me. I'm healthy. I'm in a great apartment. It is warm. It is comfortable. It's high vibration. I get so much natural light. I'm close to food stores. I'm in a city that I really like. It made no sense to me to travel for many hours through minimum 3 airports to go back to Canada. And then because I don't have a place there anymore, I'd be staying with my sister or my mother and perhaps contract something and bring it to them. Okay, so I decided to shelter in place, and I still stand by it as a really good decision. Okay, so yesterday, 10 p.m. last night, Romania went on full lockdown. So what does that mean? I have received the reports in both English and Romania, so I'm going to share that with you from my perspective. So starting last night at 10 p.m., only food stores, pharmacies, veterinarian clinics, and anything to do with like cleaning or sanitation, those are the only businesses open and on reduced hours. Okay, so during the day, you can go and you can access these. At last check, I heard buses and metro are still running, but I don't know if that is going to be shutting down soon. Okay. Between 10 at night and 6 in the morning, they're asking that you completely be off the street. And if you are on the street, because maybe you have to go stock shelves or you're a medical personnel or something like that, you have to have this government issued paper of declaration that you fill in with your name, your identity, and your intention of where you're going. What are you doing? So if you're stopped on the street, you can show this official paper to the police or the military, whoever's on the street. This is the same paper that the people in Italy have to show, and I believe it's in France as well. I'm not quite sure about Spain. Okay, so I have 10 copies of that paper just in case, which I got from the lady who is my liaison at this apartment. So the apartment that I'm in, I've stayed here before. I'm very comfortable with the apartment. It's owned by a man who is a doctor in Rome. I believe he studied or he lived here in Romania. When he went back to be a doctor, he got a job in Rome. He kept this apartment and he just rents it out in various ways. I got it through Airbnb, but he has a lovely lady who, lets clients in and out and takes care of us. And when I met her last year, we just clicked immediately and we've become fast friends. So yesterday I met her. She made me 10 copies of this form just in case I need it. So I have that. Okay. Now there's also a lot of other rules in place. The borders have been shut down. Flights are I think they're minimum or almost completely all shut down. There's rules about gathering. They don't want more than 2 or 3 people gathering in one place, and you have to be family in order to gather. All right. And otherwise, they can fine you. If you're just on the street and, with your friends because you want to hang out, they can fine you, perhaps even arrest you. It's, I'm not quite sure of all the details. As I said, a lot of this is in Romanian. Sometimes I'm getting it secondhand. Now, I will say yesterday when I met my friend to get these papers, we were sitting on a bench. We both had masks on, and we were sitting on a bench. And somebody walked by and said, you better disperse because there's a police around the corner and they're just making sure that everybody's dispersed. So they're really taking this social distancing quite seriously. So a lot of people have been asking me, well, what's the situation at the supermarkets? Here's what I have to say. When Trump made that announcement, he was banning EU flights. That's when it got crazy in the supermarkets. Okay. And I went the next day expecting everything to be normal, and people were buying up a storm, and the shelves were just emptying quickly. But that subsided within 3 days. And now when you go to the supermarkets, especially the large one. So I've got a big Carrefour, 15-minute walk from me. It's like a superstore. Like if you went to a superstore in North America, I would say it's probably at, I don't know, 70% capacity. What seems to be really lacking are fruits and vegetables and frozen vegetables. But I can always find everything I want. All right. Chicken, eggs, beef. I've got frozen vegetables. I've got some fresh vegetables. Um, you know, I don't eat a lot of canned things, but there are canned foods. There is toilet paper. I was able yesterday to buy plastic gloves. You can get antibacterial wipes are in stock. Lots of water in stock. So yes, things are available. Okay. The smaller independent stores are a little bit hit and miss, but the small independent stores that are a chain are also quite well stocked. Okay, so yesterday, because the lockdown was coming into effect at 10 p.m., I went to the big Carrefour, and there was a lineup to get in. And I waited for about an hour. They were letting about 20 people in at a time every 20 minutes. And everybody was kind of shocked at this lineup. I could see that from the expressions on their faces. But for the most part, everybody was fine. They were social distancing in the line. There was some confrontation, and usually it was somebody who just walked to the front of the line trying to get in the store. How they missed that there was a line, I have no idea. But there would be some words that sounded fairly aggressive, and then they would go to the back of the line and everything was okay. Once I got into the supermarket, because it was fairly empty, everybody was calm about their shopping, doing what they want. The checkout process was fine. The little smaller stores had no lineups. Okay, people were coming in and out of them. Everything was okay. Now, while I don't like these types of restrictions on our freedoms, I would say here in Romania, it was a really good move, because this is some of the information I have found out. Romania is part of the EU, and apparently it is the second poorest country in the EU, and many of its citizens go abroad for work. Now we're coming up to Easter, and Romania is a very religious country, and a lot of people come back to be with their family for Easter services. And one of the higher government officials, I read this in an article, said to those people, please stay at home. This is not the year to come back and infect the people here in Romania, because most of these people work in Italy or Spain. Okay, so I suspect they gathered that people were ignoring that, and there was a lot of people coming through the borders and flying in from Italy and Spain, and so they had to shut down. They shut down borders, they shut down airports. They want to slow this down. Okay, most of the cases here in Romania come from people being in contact with foreigners. Okay, so by implementing these rules and shutting down the borders, they're trying to stop that flow of people coming back for Easter and carrying the virus with them. All right, so I understand that. I don't know how long this lockdown is going to be in effect. They never gave any word on that. We don't know if it's going to get stricter, if the buses are going to stop. I'm going to check on that. I don't really use the buses. I walk everywhere. I do take the metro. I take the metro a lot, but really, if I'm not going anywhere, there's no need for me to take the metro. Okay, so that's the current situation here. And so what I would like to say is to everybody watching this who is in North America, either this is going to have already started in your area, or I suspect announcements will be made very shortly. It does appear that social distancing is effective. Okay, I do believe that there is a virus. I do believe that people who get it can be very, very sick. I've been seeing a lot of firsthand accounts of this. There are people dying. Even if we say it's the vulnerable, it's the elderly, we can still do our part. Okay. I don't want to get in other stuff that I believe, but there is a virus and we need to take this seriously. And I just say to the people that I know, that I love, that I adore in North America, just prepare yourself. You'll probably get 48 hours notice, maybe 24 hours notice, but prepare. Okay? I texted all my family yesterday, WhatsApp them, and just said, just prepare. Just prepare. Okay. I love you lots. And focus on health and well-being. Ciao.